Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Today we're going to talk about the idea of qaraar and jawab in recitation or in maqamat. You might have heard these terms, bayati qaraar, or going to the jawab of whatever, hijaz or anything of that sort. So I want to talk about that today. And specifically, I want to share with you two levels of understanding or two layers of understanding, right? There's the basic kind of understanding of what jawab and qaraar are. And then there's a second level of understanding that I want to share with you. So even if you have the basics covered, stay tuned. Maybe towards the end, I'll put a second chapter or something you can skip ahead to. That second level of understanding, which I think is actually more important than the first layer or level of understanding. Also, if you're new here and we haven't, introduced ourselves before, I'm Idris, and I teach people maqamat, how to recite the Quran with a beautiful tune. And whether you've been here for a while or you're new here, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment and say your salams. And bismillah, let's begin. So, qaraar, okay? Qaraar and jawab are often associated, let's start there, with the lower area of the maqam or going higher in the maqam, okay? Let's like a one sentence kind of explanation. Qaraar, right? The word is in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَمَّنْ جَعَلَ الْأَرْضَ what? Qararan, right? هُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ قَرَارًا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the earth for us settled and stable. Meaning we can stand, I'm standing right here on the floor which is built onto the ground, right? So the ground is stable, we can stand on it, we can build a foundation for a house, we can, build on it, we can move across the land, and it's stable, right? Or they mentioned in Surah Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, وَمَثِلُ كَلِمَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ كَشَجَرَةٍ خَبِيثَةٍ. Right? What is the matter with this tree? Right? This tree is like rotted. The tree is rotted. It's uprooted from the surface of the earth. مَا لَهَا مِنْ قَرَار. Right? So it's uprooted from the surface of the earth because it doesn't have a firm foundation. It doesn't have stability. Right? مَا لَهَا مِنْ قَرَار. It has no stability. Okay? So when we talk about qaraar, when we say bayati qaraar, for example, often what is being referred to as is the bottom portion of the maqam, the area where the maqam is settled, okay? The area where the maqam is settled. So this is not just specifically like one specific note or anything of that sort, but often it's, you can say within like say the 1 to 4 area of the maqam. So for explanation for those of you who haven't, maybe seen many of my other videos or taken a course with me, when we speak of a maqam, or when we're reciting, let's put it this way, when we're reciting in a tune, we're going up and down in pitch. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We're going up and down in pitch in a sort of ordered progression that makes sense. It's a pattern way, and that pattern is the tune or the maqam. Okay? So in the maqam, as we're going, we can go high, we can go low, right? The maqam itself is defined as a set of 8 pitches or 8 notes, but the voice is not limited to 8 pitches. Meaning, so for example, if I start in bayati, I can go right? So my voice breaks at a certain point, right? In this case, around the 10, right? But the voice is not limited necessarily to 8 pitches, right? You can, sound itself can go in basically unlimited pitch. Now your voice is restricted to your own natural range. Like at some point your voice will break, or at some point you can't go deeper than that. It sounds awkward, right? Even at the top, it might sound awkward. So when we say qaraar, it refers often to the first 4 steps of the maqam, right? And you're in that area, but resolving around the bottom of the maqam. So for example, if I say, if in bayati I'm reciting, see how now I'm settled. So I'm in this area of the maqam where the maqam, it's the foundation of the maqam. It's the stable area of the maqam, right? And it also, when you finish at the bottom, you will hear that it sounds resolved. So for example, if I'm reciting, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, you'll hear that it's settled back at the bottom. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, settled at the bottom. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Maybe you can hear, maybe you cannot, but I'm not settled at the bottom there. I need to come back down. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Again, I'm not resolved back at the bottom. Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa Iyyaka nasta'in. Back to the bottom, which is my number 1 of Bayati. So now the sound is resolved back around there, and it's completed, and it sounds what? It sounds settled, and it sounds stable, right? So I've reached that point of like resolution or stability in the maqam, okay? So that's qaraar. It often refers to, and it's not like one specific pitch per se, but it's this bottom area of the maqam, maybe even up to the 5. The 5 starts to get into the middle of the maqam, but especially the bottom area of the maqam resolving back down around the bottom. Okay? Now jawab. Jawab is often referred to as the top area of the maqam. You could say from the 5 to the 8, but keeping in that area. Okay? Keeping in that area as opposed to the middle of the maqam. So for example, if I have bayati, now I'm in the middle of the maqam. The level 5 or pitch number 5. This is not jawab per se. Why is it not jawab at the 5 per se? Because it's the progression. Meaning when I continue to recite or hum in this case, it's still revolving or centered around the 1 to 4, and I'm coming back to the bottom. So the presence of the 5 doesn't mean jawab per se. It's the whole thing here is still like I'm in the bottom of the maqam. But now if I go higher, so now at the end, I came back to the bottom. You can hear that it resolved. But there was that portion there where I'm in this 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. That area where I'm high and it's unresolved, and now that's jawab. That's jawab. Okay, so it's not the 5 per se that's jawab, but it's that area 5, 6, 7, 8, that upper area of the maqam. And now sometimes we hear the term jawab al-jawab, which often refers to the 8 going up even further than that. So for example, if I have bayati, okay, qaraar. Jawab, okay? And then jawab al-jawab, if I'm going past the 8 now, even higher, right? And most people can't do this. And to be honest, if sometimes it sounds awkward in the recitation as well, like it's like a little bit out there, right? So for example, my voice breaks, but it can be done. So for example, if I start a little bit lower, 1, 5, 8. Now it's jawab al-jawab. I'm into like a different octave altogether. And now I'm back to that kind of stable bottom portion, right? So jawab al-jawab is if your voice kind of goes there. Even myself, some days it'll kind of just go there freely because my voice is more relaxed or whatever. And other times, like now, it sounds bad, but it's for the demonstration and for you guys to learn from it, that once you get to a certain point, that your voice will naturally break, right? And so that's jawab al-jawab. Now, these things are not like super scientific, right? Meaning, it's not like a specific number is qaraar, and a specific number is jawab, and a specific number is jawab al-jawab. It's more, and this is the level 2, okay? So level 2, let's save that for another video, since this video is getting a bit long. Bismillah. We'll do a second video, part 2, understanding jawab and qaraar, level 2. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And if you enjoyed this video, please, that little thumbs up or share with a friend or something. It helps, a smaller channel like mine reach more people. And if you find it beneficial, then I appreciate your du'as as well. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.